Today is Wednesday, Parashat Devarim. Next week will be the fast of Tisha B'Av. One of the readings that we do on the day of Tisha B'Av is Megillat Eicha, the Scroll of Lamentations, written by Yirmiyahu Navi. And Eicha in Hebrew would translate to, how is it possible? How is it possible that all these calamities befell the Jewish people at the destruction of the temple and the exile? Where the word Eicha is found also in Parashat Devarim, the parasha that we're going to read this coming Shabbat. And the pasuk is said by Moshe Rabbenu. It says, Eicha esa levadi torhachem umasa'achem verivchem. So how can I, myself alone, Moshe Rabbenu says, how can I alone bear your trouble, your burden, and your strife? You're fighting with each other. And Rashi explains, what is, how can I carry Torhachem? What is Torhachem, your trouble? And Rashi explains that this teaches us that the Jewish people were troublesome. If one saw that his opponent in the lawsuit was about to win, he would say, I have other witnesses to bring, further proof to introduce. I want to exercise my right to add even more additional judges. In other words, they continue to be very contentious and not letting go even one iota of what's coming to them, and wanting to continue to prolong that court case and that fighting and that trouble. So Moshe Rabbenu is saying, how can I carry this kind of trouble that you're going at each other and not giving up, not compromising, and masa'achem, your burden. And Rashi explains, this teaches that they were like skeptics. If Moshe went out early from his tent, they would say, why does he leave so early? Maybe he's not at ease at home. They already suspect that there is a problem in his home. And if he left his tent late, they would say, why doesn't he leave so early? Maybe he's just sitting and devising all sorts of evil schemes, and he's plotting. So they would always interpret things negatively. Verivechem, and you strife, you're fighting. They were always, according to Rashi, they were always contentious. So this type of atmosphere between the people, fighting, quarreling, being skeptics, suspecting all sorts of negative ideas, this creates the atmosphere that would bring the destruction of the temple. When there was sinat chinam, when there was all this quarreling, and they were very strict to go according to the letter of the law, which you could say is okay. But sometimes, even if something is coming to you, it's better to be forgiving. It's better not to say, I demand what is going, and therefore I'm going to fight it to the end. That kind of atmosphere, that kind of relationships between people is what happened at the time that the Bet HaMikdash was destroyed. And therefore the same concept is brought here by Moshe Rabbenu when he tells them, how can I carry your burden and your infighting and your contentiousness and your, the sort of like strife that you have amongst you. And it's the same word as the beginning of the Scroll of Lamentations that we read on the day of Tisha, and also the night of Tisha as well. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.